We always got 30 seconds.
Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Welcome to the DuBois Crazy J podcast, YouTube upload, our version of bullshit. Give them your disclaimer, DuBois. Get that over with.
Right here on the dbCjpodcast with DuBois and Crazy J. Everything said and portrayed is merely for entertainment purposes only. Some of the names and dates and places have been changed due to protect the guilty. Or innocent, whichever way you want to look at it.
Welcome to the post-Hurricane Ian edition of the DuBois Crazy J podcast. I'm Crazy J.
This is DuBois over here.
Yeah, you know how we do. Do. I got some news we'll play real quick about this Hurricane Ian type stuff, and then I think we're going to come back and chat about it maybe. It was wild, man. Like, I tell you what, nothing for nothing. Like, okay, you know what? We'll get into the news about it, I think, maybe.
We thankfully have got a lot less than what we had kind of expected.
I thought I was going to get rough, dude. Tampa and the surrounding areas of Tampa, Clearwater, the whole Bay Area. Yeah.
Oh,
well, Fort Myers got blasted and shit. Like, it was, in the storm surge was, okay. I downloaded a news clip about it. Say it.
Sanibel Island got over half of the island was underwater. They had to wait for the water.
Causeways collapsed and shit. We're gonna get into this right now. Check this out here. We're gonna listen to some news real quick about it, and this is post-Hurricane Ian news.
2 miles less than a Category 5. 2 miles an hour less than a Category 5 in wind speed.
Good evening, and
just
thank
call
you
it Category
for
5 at that point.
As we come on the
Here we
air
go.
tonight, Ian has
This is from about 5 hours ago.
as it moves into the
6.
Atlantic, taking aim at Georgia and the Carolinas.
I'll
But
pause
what
it
it
in
left
between
behind
and shit.
here in Florida is unimaginable in scale and historic in reach. The president saying tonight this could be the deadliest hurricane in Florida's history. We witnessed the trail of destruction this Category 4 storm left. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said today this is a once-in-500-year flooding event.
Did you hear the thing about how Biden was talking to all the different governors in Florida, and he wouldn't talk to fucking DeSantis for some reason? Because DeSantis is like, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want, bitch. I'm going to do what I want.
There
was something about it, dude.
DeSantis and him do not get along
I
at
know,
all.
I know.
Because the Democrats basically consider Ron DeSantis the political coming of Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Because Donald Trump himself, when he was president, here we go on a squirrel. We start in the damn storm and we get up on presidential.
No, because it's kind of ties in. It kind of ties into the way they all handle the emergencies. And I was going to actually jump in and be like, it kind of seems that every election, the elections are lined up with fucking storms, and I'm wondering if they use it as a political, because they can control weather and shit. And I'm not a lunatic. You can look it up. It's called HARP. They got weather manipulation. So anyway, carry on with your political shit, because I got political shit too, all about the whole. Look, I'm a hero, man. Look, a hurricane came that I made fucking, he owns a factory in fucking Africa that puts off a certain type of pollution that fucking drives across the Atlantic, hits Cuba, turns into a fucking banger, wipes out half of Florida, and then he can swoop in and be like, I'm a hero. I'm a hero. Vote for me again. Same old bullshit.
Trump was a businessman they put into office.
Mm-hmm.
And he damn near exposed just everything that they had going on. And I think that's why they're still on their little witch hunt. Or I call it a witch hunt anyway.
They're out there hunting around it, right?
I mean, that's my own personal opinion, and I'm sure there's other people who have that opinion too, But I mean, Why are you still hunting shit on a man that's been out of office for 2 years?
I kind of brought that up the other day. I was wondering, like, is it
because you don't want him to ever run and be in political office again?
I don't think I personally, okay, I gotta emphasize personally, I don't think he would want to be. I don't think he wants to do it again because of the, like, he got shit done. Okay.
I don't think he should, and I don't think personally, I would not vote for him for a second term. It's not that I didn't like what happened.
Fair.
Well, okay, I can't really. Okay, yeah, I can say that because I can vote into.
I'm losing you, dude, boy. Hold your thought. You're gonna have to repeat that. You were breaking up, Slick.
I said I don't have to vote Republican. I don't have to vote Democrat.
I wish that divide line would go away, dude. That internal division. I really wish the political part, like it. There's a few things. Look, I'm not very politically educated, I guess is the proper way to say it. I understand enough. Okay, I know what the different parties stand for, more or less. The lines are so motherfucking blurred these days. It's like, and then not new parties pop up, but like, like micro parties pop up, basically parties within parties and shit. And it's not a party. You know what I mean? Like groups of people.
We don't have all of your beliefs, but we like some of the beliefs from the other side. So we're just gonna call ourselves this party.
Yeah, we're like a club within a club and shit. And it's all feathers on a wing. And who cares if it's left wing or right wing and any of that shit, like leftist and rightist.
Fucking bird
it's
in the
the
middle.
Same bird, and we're all worried about which wing we're on, and the claws are ripping us to pieces and eating us. And we're talking about which wing, not you and I, but like they're trying to call. I don't know what it really is, but there's more in my lifetime than I've seen, and a lot of it has to do with I started paying attention as I've gotten older. But it's like there's a lot of, I don't know, man, like ignorant cultural divide happening where, you know, maybe the proper information is being taught or conveyed or displayed, real, true information, valuable and honest and, you know, facts. But somebody takes it and twists it into their own little, you know, micro club world, if you will. And next thing you know, you got, they
are on both sides. You have the KKK, you have BLM, there are some, those little cliques on both sides that have their own divisive opinion of everything that's going on.
Just like the humanitarian thing, man, like it's, to me, all that stuff is like, I try to look at life on a global level, you know, and it's like if we were aliens passing by looking for a rest area, would we even stop at Earth? Because you look down here at the way we're like ants eating each other and termites ripping off our own heads and shit.
Because it's just like us when we're traveling. You see certain things you want to stop and look at. You may think it's not the best area, but there's something in that area you want to look at. So they're gonna stop.
I usually try to look at the map and find a local dispensary because here on the DuBois and Crazy J podcast, we definitely endorse the use of cannabis. Sorry. Had to put that in there, man.
Everything said and portrayed here on the dbCj podcast is merely for entertainment purposes only.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we have to say about that. Yeah. You know. You
not partake. If it is legal or you are medicinally legal, partake. We have no qualms about it.
I'm okay with it. I mean, look.
If it's illegal where you're at, I mean, we don't care. Just be careful.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say go and like fucking right in front of a cop, but if you can handle your business and you can do it because the way the world's pushing, right? I mean, it's
good to be.
I think it came up on another time we recorded some shit.
This will be legal before it's all said.
Even though it's recorded, there's no ting here. No ting. And it is a pre-recording, but no ting. And we have a Emma here, and Emma do something sometime. Without Emma, the show would not go on, because of Emma. Emma
bring jumpstart kit and keep everything in shape.
Mm-hmm. All right, Hurricane Ian, we were talking about. Let's go back to that shit because there was a whole thing about the DeSantis and the fucking Biden bullshit. It was fucking funny. Like, the way they fight is petty. It's such petty bullshit.
It is. It's like fucking
children.
Elementary school games.
Let's see if I can find this here.
Tonight, Tonight, the states of Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia
this is where I left
have
off.
declared a state of emergency ahead of Ian's expected landfall tomorrow. We have team coverage tonight.
I think it's further down.
Florida and
We're going to just let that go in the background when it comes up about the DeSantis bullshit. It was fucking funny. Because, like, he's the man about it, dude. He's like, fuck it, we're just going to deal with it. Like, it happens, we're going to deal with it. Tell me we weren't prepared. Like, get the fuck out of my face. We got this shit. FEMA, we don't need you.
The damage is total.
It was wild. I saw they were pushing fucking fire trucks out of the fire hall and whatnot because a lot of times they'll have them sitting there running on standby in a situation like that. They might not get the call right away, but that motherfucking engine's running, it's packed, they're ready to fucking go. And the storm surge came in so fast and so deep that it went up. You know how big a fire truck would be, the standard cab over, quad cab looking thing, or, fit like 8 dudes on it, yada, yada, the water truck. And it was up to the bumper, man, so it was getting into the fucking, a lot of the shit underneath the truck, and it was smoking out and chugging in the exhaust and all that. And here we go.
Ian came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane. The storm surge was so powerful in Naples, it swept homes off their foundations.
There it is. Fucking house going by.
The destruction was just as overwhelming in Lee County, where many roads are impassable and entire neighborhoods sit underwater.
We're out 2 vehicles and a boat.
Patrick knew.
Dude, yeah, there was fucking people living on their boats, and they were rescuing people out of the bay that lived on sailboats and shit. Like, that's a lifestyle. People do it, like tiny homes or van life. There's, like, living on a boat life. And, like, you know how people get, dude. We have the same mentality. You and I share that, and a lot of people do, and I'm not going to say one way or the other about it, but, like, people just won't leave, and that mentality is shared throughout the entire country, despite whatever weather it might be. There's snow advisories, and they're like, you got to evacuate. And people are like, fuck you, dude. Tell me to leave my house. So these people on their boats are out there, like, the storm surge was fucking nuts, dude. Like, it was fucking
they
nuts.
had one dude, and he said he was looking at the fucking transformers on the top of the telephone poles when he was floating in his boat. One of the news things I heard.
And it washed away roads, it washed away structures that were not new and could withstand that.
This home on Sanibel Island caught fire.
The causeway
and the only
fucking
road
washed
on
away.
And off the island collapsed. CBS's Manuel Bajorquez saw the damage up close.
I won't say the funniest part, but it kind of is if you look at the pictures, though, because the part they put on them little islands or them little, I don't know if they built them or if those were little islands that were there.
I think that's like they find bedrock, and it doesn't matter where the fuck they're digging and shit. They use radar or whatever the fuck. The engineers come in ahead of time. Or, you know what I mean? Satellite depth penetrating, whatever the fuck, and they find bedrock that is close or whatever. And,
no, I'm not talking the bridge.
No, but those little islands they make usually are man-made so that they can get in there and do work and park equipment or coffer dams and all that bull. You know how they build all that shit.
Across that, if you looked at the asphalt, that asphalt was only like fucking 8 to 10 inches.
Is now planning
right?
a trip to
Mm-hmm.
Of course, shit's gonna pop up and wash away when there's nothing there protecting it. I mean, to me, that's the fucking bridge and road that fucked that shit up.
That's what I'm saying. That shit was rough though, man. Like there was 154 mile an hour winds or something. You said. What was the windage?
55, and I think if they're 57, it's a Cat 5.
So 155 mile an hour motherfucking winds. Shit was nuts. Shit was fucking nuts, dude. And like I said, meanwhile over here, Jacksonville, Florida, that was like Clearwater, we'll say, with pretty much, not Clearwater, fucking, damn my brain. Whatever, south of Tampa. Not whatever. There you go. That whole area.
Sarasota, Bradenton area.
Dude, I was like a day away from being down there, man. It was fucking funny because the way my job operates, and DuBois knows quite well.
I told you that ahead of time.
Anyway. A lot of people knew.
Going there,
dude. Once you start seeing the power trucks and all that shit running down the road, and once it's on the Weather Channel, you know what I mean. You're like, okay, maybe I should pay a little mind to what's going on in my world.
Cantori.
right. Jim Cantori's got the story. Ah, fuck.
He was a little off this time though, but that was the weather, dude. That was what screwed that up for everybody. That fucking cold front or that whatever it was that was. That shit's so
dude,
loud,
that's for you then. But It's really quiet on this side. Anyway, these nuts. The storm, I looked at it, and it's funny you brought that up because I'm fascinated. If you really look at the whole storm from Hurricane Ian, and then you just follow the line of precipitation and moisture, and then it goes all the way up and over the top of the Atlantic in the like Iceland, Greenland area, and then it comes down, and the UK is getting fucking hammered. And I don't know if what like the wind would be like, and if it's
the jet stream that's running.
Dude,
now,
it's yeah, and it's like
see,
the
some of that
entire
was the-
fucking thing is like one big line of like it looks like a global fucking storm, dude. It's neat.
That was that other hurricane, Emily, whatever the hell it was.
I
that
forget,
just got
dude.
ripped apart out there in the Atlantic. That stayed out in the Atlantic out there. That's what got caught up in the jet stream and that's what's hitting them over there right now. Here, that is
Right.
But
yeah, it is. Did you look at it? Like, you can go on your weather maps and whatever. Like, everybody's got different stuff.
See, that's what I always look at. I don't want to see the radar.
No, I want to see the way it. The radar is what I look at because you zoom out and push play. Well, it's kind of the same. The precipitation moves with the clouds, and the clouds. It's all.
Right.
I just want to. What I'm getting at is I just want to see the movement of it myself because
right.
you know.
I want to see the satellite view of the clouds and everything that's going on because that tells me I can read those clouds. Not being a meteorologist or ever going to school for it, just from what I've lived at in Florida for so many years.
Well, you can just see a pattern of movement. The way things will
read those clouds and see which way, how the storm's going to get directed.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I don't know how fast those other fronts and everything else are moving.
Well, you get an idea, and dude, it's so easy to look at that stuff to me because it's like it just flows. It's fluid movement. It's like water, you know.
Why they were saying this one was going to go so much farther north was because that front that was over land, not the one that was over the water.
You're talking further north on Florida.
No, the one that was over more towards the Midwest, Tennessee, coming down through Alabama, Louisiana, all that shit.
You're talking about a front, not the storm, not Ian.
Yes, the front, not the storm.
It was almost like a perfect, like this type, like I want you to look on your weather map and zoom out because there's a weird spot where it divides, where it's going one way and the other.
Pressure systems.
Yeah, it's neat.
One that was over land and the one that was over the Atlantic out east of Florida were what was driving that storm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were thinking that the one that was over land was going to stay higher, so the storm was going to get pushed up farther. Because if you look, both of those fronts turn clockwise.
Dude, do you think that would have had enough juice?
Turns counterclockwise.
Right. Do you think it would have had enough power in the like? I'm sitting here trying to visualize because the eye of that storm was like big diameter. It wasn't like tight. It was big, dude. It was neat. It was fucking cool. I'm sorry about anybody, but like, could it turn into a tornado? Because like once the wind speeds reach enough, right, and the suction.
Tornadoes.
I'm talking about the entire hurricane itself.
No.
The eye of the storm somehow creates enough convection current to where, because that's what it's doing. It's like a giant anus sucking a bunch of shit up. So could it? The
eye is too big. It won't funnel that much energy.
It could never make contact. You don't think it could wind speeds or could get high enough or some? I understand, like on the arms, of the storm.
That's where you get the little throw offs and everything when they come on the little spout up tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes on shore, that's what those are.
Right. And water spouts and shit like that. Yeah.
The eye is so big it can't generate enough velocity of spin in the eye.
Yeah, and it's sucking down so much cold air from the stratosphere and shit. Yeah. That storm was big though, dude. Like it's still going and still connected.
Those two fronts, the one they were saying was over land, they were expecting to stay higher, which would have let Ian go higher on our state. But then all of a sudden that front started to move south quicker. So now that was pushing the storm, Ian, lower.
Right.
And with those two fronts, that's what was actually helping the fucking wind speed of the hurricane itself, along with the warm water, because those two fronts spinning fucking clockwise were turning the fucking hurricane more like a gear clog.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That, like, there's got to come a point where the pressure systems could, like, perfect storm type shit. Not to coin a phrase and quote a movie or nothing, but, like, if pressure systems collide and it's all like the hurricane basically wedged itself in there, right? Is what happened. It kind of like bloop, and then it like one's moving one way and it was like a perfect situation to keep that storm revolving. So what if, ideally, I don't know how it would work. There's a lot of like that they talk about that upper level trough type shit, the upper level winds and the temperatures, and the jet stream has a lot to do with it, but there's even more than that. That's like, what the fuck? Because it can suck in cold air from one direction and hot air from another direction, and then there's so much to it, dude. But like, I really want to, I think we're going to live to see a hurricane turn so big or violent, maybe not diameter wise,
it's the way, but that's
velocity.
The way the winds turn with that. If you look at the way a tornado is made actually lying down sideways. And then the tail just extends down.
Yeah.
The way the wind rolls in on that, it actually rolls in when one set of clouds go under another set of clouds.
Yep.
Like a titanic plate, whatever the hell they call them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a self-generated fucking velocity thing.
The storm with the hurricane, it's just the whole fucking thing is turning.
The whole fucking thing is turning.
The whole low pressures. See,
the whole load.
A hurricane is a low pressure system that just picks up speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a low pressure system on steroids.
Puppy monkey baby, 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 puppy monkey baby.
On steroids.
Under the water.
Yeah, the storm's something else, and it's still going. I think it like, I was watching a little bit on it where it looked like I don't know how to explain it. Like I see it looking like a little galaxy basically spinning around, right? And it looked like an arm of the galaxy broke off of the storm, and it was going to spin around and come back around toward Cuba, and then possibly develop into a whole thing all by itself. Like, this storm is having babies, basically, it looks like at this point. You know? Like, it's weird, dude. It's really, like, interesting. And I want to see it turn. I think before I die, I'm going to see a hurricane get so, like, have enough velocity so that it'll, like, turn into, like, a weird or, like, hurricanado, torricane. Tornado cane.
Why don't we just fucking go copyright that phrase right now, so that fucking when they come out with the movie next month, we already got that motherfucker.
Tornado cane. Cane tornado. Cane NATO. Cato. Kalen. Cato, what the fuck? How are we even? All right, welcome to the DuBois and Jay-Z Cray Oddcast. Yeah, Latin of Pygmy.
My GPS just comes up. Slow traffic, 5 feet.
I got a slow mind going on over here is what's going on.
5 feet? Okay, I think I already ran into that shit.
So I'm curious if anybody wants to email us, dbCjpodcast@gmail.com. Tell me what your favorite thing from Chipotle is.
On a side note with that weather related stuff there.
What is it?
Our buddy there, on a side note with the weather related stuff, our buddy Ron Turnier with his YouTube podcast or video, whatever, of Shades of Our Live. He's got some on there where I guess him and a buddy of his or whatever, or just him and another guy in a truck were out there pulling people out of water that they should not have been driving through.
Opening doors, and I saw that. I watched.
You hear the one him? Hey man, this is a no wake zone.
Right? Yeah. But kudos to Ron for getting out there and doing some shit, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had his kids out there teaching his kids, man, this is what you do when people need help.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that, too. Everybody needs to teach the younger generation. Help and look for everybody else, not just them. Your quote-unquote air quotations going on. Own kind, you know.
Well, a lot of the problem is dude, a lot of people went down there with no interest of helping. They went down there solely in the interest of pulling out their fucking video camera. And they're sitting there watching people in distressing situations, and they're just sitting there with their fucking video camera. Like,
and this is another thing we get on our fucking tirade.
Like, what Ron does is different. Ron's already out there helping, and his camera comes out after. He'd be down there fucking helping anyway. Right?
Exactly.
That type of shit. I'm up here now. Dude, thinking about going down there because I was telling the other day, I just want to help. Like, that's who I am. I'm fucking close, dude. By comparison to the rest of the country, I'm close, dude. And I want to go down there and fucking help and shit. You know?
Yeah, right now they pretty much don't want nobody on the other side. Oh, the boat ramp's flooded here in fucking Pico Grant on the way up to fucking Melbourne.
There's a retention pond by where I'm staying. And because, my travels, right? And because it's Jacksonville now. But I watched the retention pond because I had some screwed up hours. I had a lot of napping, waking up off of work, not really much to do, right? And so I was on the phone with Jesse last night for a couple hours. It was a good conversation too, talking about this cosmic ass shit. It was neat. But I watched retention pond, across the way over there out the window, and I don't know, maybe in the mat, like I wasn't staring at it type shit, and I definitely didn't waste my time making a time lapse video of it. But I tell you what, from the time it started raining until now, it filled up about 12, 15 feet. You know what I mean? But it's a retention pond, so that's what it's fucking there for. Like, it's supposed to go up and down.
You know how my front yard gets, that my fucking lake across the end of the driveway and shit when it rains really hard and shit. You know how that gets, about 6 foot, 5-6 foot across?
Like you have no choice but to drive through that shit, and it's like,
get to the mail or the other side if you want to get out. Yeah.
Do you have a thing? Is there a thing? Man, there should be a thing. One of them fucking, whatchamacallit. That's actually a good thing because a lot of people don't know that they have drainage around somewhere near them that they could, like, when it's a storm surge of 15 fucking feet.
I got a ditch out behind me. I could pump it back to the ditch behind me if I had to. But
right. I wonder if that'd be what if they could use the sewer system like a Jake brake on a big truck? Think about this, right? But dude, this would be a lot of work to make it happen. But okay, so the storm drains are designed if it rains, okay, and then it takes the water and washes it that way. So what if every single storm drain that was designed to take water in had a cover, a plug, or whatever, like a cork? So that way, when the storm surge from the fucking ocean is coming in, all that water can go into all of that shit and back up and push somewhere the fuck else. That's a lot of water, though. I don't think there'd be no way, or measly little human effort.
Basically, you need another drainage system is what you would need.
How could you handle that much motherfucking water, dude? You'd have to dig out a pit the size of... No, it would never have. The ocean would just overpower it. There's no fucking way. Hold back the ocean.
You wouldn't be able to make something wide enough in order to fucking...
to take that much water in through it, right? You'd have to, I don't know, man. What if we could reroute it? What if we could take all of this water that we're getting bombed with and flooded with over here and shit and route it out to Lake Mead and fill up there's pipe work all across this motherfucking country. So why don't we just somehow, what the fuck, right? I mean, come on. I know it's a crazy idea. It's a big idea, but there's interconnectivity of all kinds of other random shit. So how about, and I understand the difference between salt water and all this shit, but like, dude, there's desalinization, and if you put certain organisms in the water, it'll desalinate it for you over time, or the sun will do it for you. And I mean, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, we got a drought. Oh, we're getting flooded. Oh, we got fires. What? Why? What? I thought it's United States. Why aren't we like, what the fuck? What the Here on the DuBoy and Crazy J podcast, I would like to remind everybody that once in a while the squirrels like to pop out of the corners, have a few babies, fuck around, and then we're stuck feeding them. They feed on our brain. And then part of our brain that they feed.
United States of America. It's the divided states of America.
That's what I'm saying. Welcome to the divided states of America. We're even within each state. Why? And you know why? Is because it gets a lot of motherfucking likes. Oh, me too. Oh, me too. Okay, fine. Me too. Me too. Everybody too. Shut the fuck up and do your shit. Me too.
I like likes, but I don't have to show somebody else.
I know, man.
Likes.
I don't got to be a douchebag to get them. I'm an idiot. Babies.
We're a little slow at times, yes.
I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know, man.
But, I mean,
This fucking weather, man, I guess is the hot topic of the day. dbCjpodcast at gmail.com. If you have a story about the Hurricane Ian or anything in the surrounding areas, anything to do with your point of view on the way FEMA handles emergencies, the way the president gets involved, and he's like, this could be the highest death toll I watched. And there's people are hurt and shit, and I'm not downplaying nothing, but like the president's always going to dramatize. So
I don't remember what the death toll was for Andrew.
Okay, Andrew was like 400 to 500, I want to say, but I'm just sitting here without Google in my face, so please don't get all, not you, but like people get all weird. People get weird if you're wrong about shit on accident, dude. And you motherfuckers should know your facts and shit. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm not Googling nothing right now. I want to say 400. This was in the 90s, though. I was like 7 when that hurricane came through. 8.
See, that shit was nasty, dude.
That ran right up Florida, didn't it? Like,
I seen shit down there in Homestead where there was a 4x8 sheet of plywood that had gone through an apartment, clean through one side to the other, a hotel, whatever. But through the one wall, it was a fucking 4 foot by fucking maybe 2 inch wide fucking slit.
And it just plowed the fuck through it.
And on the other side, it was a fucking 4 foot by 8 foot, whatever, you big ass fucking gaping fucking hole.
like a 45. Where
plywood went through the wall horizontally, turned vertically inside, and went out the other wall.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's like how? How?
Nature, baby. That's what I'm saying. It's like a fucking tornado, man.
We seen that there were pictures that were online. I know they were seen online and in the news and shit. But fucking my brother-in-law and some of us seen that shit where there was friggin' cars 3 stories up, 4 stories up in fucking apartment buildings across the street from the parking garage.
Because it flooded and pushed them up in there and dumb shit. Yeah.
Fucking push them up, take them off the top of the fucking one parking garage and, the wind, and fucking throw that shit into the damn, right across the street into the hotel or apartment or whatever the hell, condo, whatever the fuck was there.
Mm-hmm. Fucking lost my shit. I had fucking tunes to go with everything that was going on. I hope everybody with the hurricane's good. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of fizzling out in a way because I don't know. I got sidetracked with the computer. I was looking for something and then I forgot what I was looking for, and then I was just sitting here looking at all this other shit, and then.
Were you looking for the Andrew shit, or were you looking for something on there?
It turned into like 4 different things, and now I'm just like, what the fuck? Like ADD overload, I guess. I'm not diagnosed, but
Let's just call it out. Dan, fucking from the D-Boy and Crazy J podcast, here to dbCj podcast, D-Boy, Crazy J. We're going to take a break.
dbCjpodcast at gmail.com.
Please listen, like, laugh. Laugh.
It's actually a good thing. You know what? I'm going to get into that real quick. If you've got a small business you want to plug, we'll do it for free as long as you subscribe, like, share our YouTube Jazzmaz ear-filling sloppiness that you like to listen to in a weird way because it's just, so soothing for your ear hole, and it moistens up every faucet that you have in your body, baby. dbCjpodcast at gmail.com. I'm Crazy J.
This is D-Boy.
We'll be back with another run around the fucking block with you fucks, and enjoy.